can give us a brief statement about past game and looking ahead to Tulsa.
Yeah, no, obviously, Nebraska was a tough challenge for us. From an environment standpoint, from a physicality standpoint, as far as their defense is concerned, we didn't play as well as we needed to play, especially in critical moments, to give ourselves a chance to make it a more competitive football game. So that was disappointing because all week we talked about handling the environment, handling the noise, having poise and composure. And, when those moments arrived, we did some uncharacteristic things. I really thought our defense played extremely hard, played extremely physical. I thought we had some fantastic special teams plays. I think, some guys with some great individual efforts. Gabe made a nice tackle on the punt team. Trey Porter made a nice tackle on the punt team. Tyler Jackson made a phenomenal play on the kickoff team. Foley punted the ball well. Obviously, he had the drop snap, which hurt him in the first punt of the game. We gave him 2 short fields there, but our special teams have really come to play for us, and we got to continue to be a weapon. And then offensively, we can't have the drops. Obviously, we dropped the ball on 2nd and 4, and what I explained to Grayson was, you catch that pass, that's 3 less minutes our defense is going to be on the field. So we can't have concentration drops. We have to be able to focus on the ball and finish the plays. I do believe our offensive line did some decent things that give me encouragement moving forward as ways that we can improve. But we got another challenge this week in Tulsa. Good football team, has played a tough schedule to date, playing Washington and Oklahoma. In the 11 o'clock start, we really have to make sure we put ourselves in a position to play our best football this week to have a chance. And I think, for us, the focus is on us and things that we can do to sharpen our edges to be better in all 3 phases. And I think we're looking internally on what we can do. Today was a good practice for us. Want some more good on good. I think we have a good defense, and for our offense to go against that defense in practice, we need to take valuable snaps from that in practice to get ourselves prepared to play in the game. So with that, I'll take any questions.
The morning game at 11, would you guys practice it in the morning? I would assume you guys are used to this.
No, yeah, like I said, we practice at 7 o'clock, so to have an 11 o'clock game, we should be nice and ready, and we have to take advantage and start fast. I think that's going to be important this week. I'm not sure what the crowd's going to look like with an early game, but you know what? We have to motivate ourselves, and I think that's the most important thing for our football team. When we step on that field on Saturday at 11 o'clock, we need to be ready to play. And what a great opportunity against a very good opponent, a team we played last year, have some familiarity with them. Obviously, it's a new coaching staff, some new players, but for the most part, we understand the challenge that they present when they come into Husky Stadium.
Coach, you mentioned a few minutes ago that the defense was on the field for so long against Nebraska. Just how difficult does that make it? How much more difficult does that make it to get a win when your defense is on the field like 12, 13 more minutes more than?
Yeah, no, it's a tremendous challenge, and I thought through 3 quarters they stood the challenge. They went in there and battled toe-to-toe with a very physical offensive line, very physical tight ends, a quarterback that can obviously run the ball at a physical level. But we didn't help them out offensively from the standpoint of, we could have kept them off the field for about 7 to 8 minutes at least if we just make 1 or 2 more plays. So our defense should have tremendous confidence and continue to have confidence in their abilities. They're working together, and then we have to make sure our whole team is doing their part. And so on Monday morning, I showed some individual plays of efforts of guys who are selling out for the team. And if your play doesn't look like this, you're doing our team a disservice. I mean, James Esther split a double team and made a tackle at the line of scrimmage. Our D-line played phenomenal. Devontae O'Malley, George Gums, Ray Thomas making exceptional plays. So the whole team needs to see that. I think sometimes when you watch the film, you just watch your side of the ball and don't think about the other side. But what about the guys that's making a sacrifice, play in and play out, to lay it on the line for the team, not just for the defense, for the team, and we need to reciprocate that on offense. We need to lay it all out on the line for the team, each and every single play, and then we'll live with the results.
Coach, switching sides of the ball, how do you think, or what would you rate the play at the quarterback position for the first 3 weeks of the year?
Our quarterback?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he needs to play better. It's as simple as that. I think he's a mature football player. He's 25 years old. He needs to play better. And I think he's working on things to get himself in a better position to play. But also, he can't throw the ball and catch the ball. So if you put a ball in the right spot, we have to reward him. So there's 11 guys on offense working together. It's just not one player. But everybody on offense needs to play better. There's not one guy on offense right now that you can say, you know what, this guy's playing so well, there's nothing more he can do. I don't want to single anybody out, but all 11 guys need to play better, and they need to buy into, I'm going to lay it out for the guy next to me, and have that mindset that, everything you do is not just for you, it's for the other 10 guys on the field. And if we do that, then we'll put ourselves in a position to have better success.
This has to be the biggest surprise this year, being the way the offense has played the first 3 games.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's obviously surprising. I thought we started, I think the first game was pretty good, and I thought we can build on that. And then the last 2 weeks, we got punched in the mouth. So, you find out who you are and what you're about when you get punched in the mouth, because adversity is a part of life. And if you can't get through this adversity of a couple games, then you won't be prepared for life. And I think that's the biggest thing that you have to explain to young people is football is a great teacher of life. And the things you're going through now, you have to overcome. You have to get your mindset. But the problem is this age of people, right, they are into social media and they care what people think. Whereas me, I can care less because it doesn't matter. If you're not putting in the investment or the time or working as hard as I'm working, what you believe, it doesn't matter. But that's what we have to instill in our players to say, listen, you guys are waking up at 5 o'clock in the morning to get ready for practice at 6 o'clock or to get ready for meetings. So everything that you're doing is for the team, and those are the only people that matter.
You said you saw some things out of the offensive line you liked. What were the things you saw?
No, I thought, obviously we can look at the yardage and say we didn't perform well, but really I thought they covered them up. I thought they were straining to finish. I thought, to me, they blocked better up front than we did against SIU. Now, Nebraska was bigger, stronger, and all those different things, but at least it gives me some encouragement to say, okay, moving forward, we're not going to play Nebraska every single week. So now build some confidence over, number 0 was a fantastic player, number 9 was a fantastic player. They're 330 pounds. Well, you're not going to see a 330-pound defensive lineman maybe the rest of the season. So you should have confidence to say, okay, now we can, it can't get any worse. So now let's try to build ourselves up so we can play better.
Coach, you mentioned the 2 ranked games for Tulsa. They also played an FCS school, so they've had 3 relatively uncompetitive games for this season. With the new coaching staff and new players, it's a little bit harder to gauge the identity of this Tulsa team going into this week.
No, I think we have a good idea of what they want to try to do from a schematic standpoint. And obviously you can see the skill level on tape. I think offensively they have some really, really good skill. They got really good wide receivers. Number 4 is a good player. They have really good running backs. I think those guys run physical. They run hard. They run with an attack mentality. And then a quarterback. Obviously they played 3 different quarterbacks. In all 3 games. I would anticipate number 7 may be the quarterback that we see, or if number 1 is back healthy, I'm not sure, but they all bring a little something different to the table. Number 1 is more of an athletic quarterback that can hurt you with his legs. Number 7 is a guy that is a good athlete, but he's going to look to extend plays and make plays with his arm. And then number 10 is more of your traditional drop-back passer. So they have a lot of skill on offense. Defensively, seems to be some carryover based on what they did last year. Obviously, a new coordinator, he has his own spin on how he wants to present the defense, but, they're going to be a 3-down front that can mix in some 4-down looks, and they do a great job. I think their safeties are phenomenal players, number 1 and number 9. So those two guys, to me, they can cover up a lot of things with the way they get to the ball and able to have the ability to down the ball as well.
When there is a new coaching staff like that comes in, how much of last year do you look at really compared to looking ahead now? There's a new coaching staff. Obviously, you just mentioned there is some carryover, but how much of last year do you look at when there is a new coaching
Well, I
staff?
think, for us, looking at the structure of their defense and what they're trying to get accomplished is really the only thing that we looked at. Offensively, they're a lot different than what they were a year ago. Last year, they were more, 10 personnel, throwing the ball out, letting the quarterback, get the players in the right spots. This year, they're more 11 personnel with some zone, run a lot more zone than what they showed a year ago. Obviously, they got a bunch of new linemen, so they're doing some things to put them in a position to have success. But, I think defensively it's the one area where we looked at to say there are some similarities with what they tried to, continue to do moving forward as a program.
Coach, last year when you guys played, it was quite an offensive show. It was 38-35, Tulsa won. Are you expecting that same kind of game on Saturday?
That's an excellent question. I hope we can play great offense on Saturday. So, and hopefully we play better defense. That's what I'm hoping. I'm hoping we perform well on offense and our defense perform a lot better on defense. So, I don't know what type of game to expect at this moment. I know our kids are working extremely hard to play better, and obviously, we have to go make the plays when it matters on Saturday.
Every game's important, but I mean, a win here would get you a little momentum before the MAC starts.
Yeah.
Help you guys out.
No, I mean, obviously, we want to play. We want to play well. I think the big thing is to go out there and perform to the level that we think we can perform at, and then look at the scoreboard at the end of the game. But the bottom line, we want to play solid football all the way around, and we haven't done that these past 2 games.
That's the most frustrating part of the season. You just haven't seen the real NIU team yet.
Yeah, I mean, it's extremely frustrating because we have talent. We are not talent deprived. There's been years here where we haven't had this talent, but now we have to perform up to the level of the talent, and we haven't done that yet.
And then, Coach, often you talk about the guys playing with a little bit of a chip on their shoulder. I know you play the season 1 week at a time, but with the way how the game went last year, they playing with or practicing with a little bit more of a chip on their shoulder.
Last year is over. I think for us, we really just focusing on us and how can we perform better. The opponent is nameless and faceless, to be honest with you, but is really us and how we need to prepare, how we need to play, the energy that we need to have, the execution level that we need to have. That's the most important thing we're trying to get right now.
You expect CJ back this week, or?
No, I don't. I answered the injury question.
You did? A follow-up?
Yeah, you can follow up.
Do you, what's the situation with him, and how long do you expect him out?
Well, he broke his hand, so when you're playing defense, it's hard to tackle with a broken hand. So, when his hand is no longer injured, we expect him to be back being the type of player we think he can be.
Can you wear any protection to come back earlier, you think? Or?
It's hard. That's a hard position, right? You got to wrap people up.
Yeah.
So it's hard to wrap somebody up with a cast on, right? We tried it for a week. It didn't work out the way we wanted. So we gave him a chance to get healthy, and he'll be back soon. So we're excited to get him back. I think he'll be back in no time, and be back out there leading our defense.
Coach, with some of the injuries you've seen this year, what have you seen from those guys that have stepped up in those positions when the team needed them?
Well, Jordan Hanson played really well last week. Muhammad Jameh played really well last week. So, we haven't had a lot of injuries, but we have had guys step up. Drew Holt came in last week and started at left tackle. with Evan Buss out and did a great job. It was really his first game ever playing football here. We think he can be a great player, and he wound up playing really, really solid for us at the left tackle position. So, we feel like we have a deep team, but we have to execute when it matters. And I think that's the big thing that we're trying to stress this week. What can we do to give our players a chance to play their best? And that's coaching.
How's Evan? Do you expect
Yeah,
him for another week or?
No, he should be ready to go.
Anything else for Coach Hammock? All right, Coach.
All right.
Husky Players segment here of today's press conference. We have with us Jay Sean Prophet, safety, Husky, something like that. Javon Bird, cornerback, Nolan Potter, offensive tackle. Questions for these guys?
I'll start with Nolan. Nolan is one of the captains and the captain on the O-line. What do you guys think you need to do to get the offense back on track?
Right now, what we've been talking about this week is just simplifying things down, getting back to the basics of things and trying to get back to the offense that we've had in the past couple of years. So just getting everyone to do their job and do their 111 so we can play as one.
For Jishan or Javon, as defenders, obviously last year against Tulsa, they scored 38 points. It was a shootout. How do you limit them offensively on Saturday?
One of our goals this week is to take the ball away. So we'll probably be trying to incorporate that a lot this week in practice when the ball is in the air, to try to make plays on the ball and to take the ball away when we have the chance.
Just piggybacking off what Jay Sean said, just harping on the takeaway aspect of the game, trying to get our offense the ball more, and really just trying to cater to our offense more. We emphasize takeaways in practice and in the meeting room, so that's one thing we're gonna try to push this coming Saturday and this week.
This for Jishan and Javon. Coach had mentioned they played 3 different quarterbacks through 3 games this season. Some of them are running quarterbacks, some more pro style. What type of challenges have you guys been preparing for this week in practice?
Javon?
In practice, our coaches do a great job of giving us all types of looks, whether so we can be prepared for all 3 of those types of quarterbacks, whether it be run first or heavy pass quarterbacks or pocket passer quarterbacks. So we get a lot of those looks in practice, and we get a lot of film on every quarterback that has played these past few weeks. So I feel like we're very well prepared and going to get very acclimated to whichever quarterback is going to play. So.
And to add to that, we're sure they have multiple good quarterbacks that are accurate passers or can make a play. So this week we want to just make sure that we're staying in coverage when these quarterbacks try to make a play or try to extend plays. So just to stay focused and stay on top of our task, even with the great passing of these quarterbacks.
then on the reverse end of that spectrum, what's it like having to deal as a defensive secondary player, having to deal with that running quarterback, you know, because it is college football, we do see a lot of them in here. What's it like having to worry about a guy that can hurt you with your legs too?
Deshaun?
A guy that runs the ball well, or like he can run and throw, we try to like get those looks in practice, but like in the game, like we usually have like a plan for quarterbacks like that are like good at those things. So we'll probably like have like people like having an eye on those guys to make sure like
The QB spy.
I wouldn't say exactly a QB spy, but we're just making sure that we have like somebody like accounting for them on like every play.
Javon, similar?
Yeah, obviously in the game it's going to be a lot faster. Running quarterbacks, you know, as DBs, we have to, you know, stay in coverage probably for a little bit longer. As they extend plays, you know, I got to attach to receivers, and especially in zone coverage, so those big plays and explosive plays don't get let up. So through our practice, we just got to, you know, like I said before, just continue to stay in coverage, you know, keep our eyes clean and things like that. So we have the best chance possible to play the run and the pass from the quarterback position.
Nolan, what have you seen out of this offensive line that has you kind of optimistic that you know the play is going to improve more than the last 2 years than what we've seen in the first 2 or 3 weeks?
I think we should need to come together more. You know, there's always a new group every year. With this group, I think we should need to hone in our fundamentals and on the details of performance, and then we're watching film, getting in there together, and just knowing our opponent better.
For any of you guys, how important is it to get this win on Saturday, get back to 500, and kind of get some momentum going into starting back play next week?
Nolan?
What we always talk about, like the next game is the most important, so that's been our mindset every week to go 1-0 right now.
Deshaun?
Yeah, this game is very important. We feel like for momentum purposes, but it's like it's not the last game of the season also. So we do plan on getting a win this week, and we feel like that's important.
Javon?
Yeah, like Nolan said, we have a kind of motto around here, go 1-0 every week. So going this week, you know, the same motto, same focus every week, just go 1-0. Everybody do their job and put it all out there on Saturday. So that's always our goal each week. So we plan to execute on Saturday as well and the following week. So.
Sean, you know, like I was asked earlier, you know, Tulsa put up 38 points last year on you guys. I mean, I know it's a different team this year, but, you know, the improvement the defense has shown this year, what's it kind of mean to you guys to go out there with a stronger showing? Is it a chance to kind of show the improvement this team's made over the last 2 years?
I mean, we feel like it's very important. Like everybody, all 11 on defense, we take pride in like being a good defense, and we just take pride in like being able to keep our offense in games, keep our team in games, and keep the game like complementary so we can help the team out the best. So this year we're trying to, you know, just be the best defense that we can to keep us in tighter football games as we can.
And Javon, what have you seen as kind of like the biggest spark for this turnaround you guys have had defensively this year?
Personally, I'm gonna say trust and coming together as one. We know we have a motto as well for the defense, one motion, and I feel like we played to that standard of being all tied together as one, all 3 levels, D-line, linebackers, DBs. I feel like we all, you know, just kind of all bought in, kind of trust each other. We all see the greatness out there on the practice field and the game field. So we all believe in each other, and we all believe in the calls, the coaches, and stuff like that. So I think it's all just, you know, coming full circle, and it's, you know, we're showing it on the field as well.
This is for all 3. Obviously, the result didn't go the way you guys wanted last week, but what are some positives that you can take away and use again versus next opponent?
Nolan?
I thought last week the offensive line, and we did a better job of picking up movements. So that was probably the positive going into this week. It's a similar defense from the last 2 weeks, but they always have a different take on like their 3-down look. but just seeing like the same defense for the past couple weeks, I think, improve on movements and stuff like that.
Ron?
For the defense, I'm gonna say we showed that we can go out there and bow down when we need to. You know, get 3-and-out stops, but we also showed that we can take those long drives. We can go those long drives and still get off the field. So I'm confident in this group and what we can do in our ability. So I feel like it showed a lot of upside for what's to come during the season.
Jason?
And something I've seen from this weekend in a pretty like tense environment, I think we communicated very well. We didn't let like the moment get to us, and I think that's going to be like big moving forward in this season, like us being able to communicate, us staying on the same page, us playing as one and not like separating if things are not going like right. So I think communication was one of the biggest things that I seen. That was like a great improvement this week.
Anything else for these guys? All right. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, fellas.
All right,
Appreciate
thank you.
it.